with Morgan Riley, there was a lot of talk at the beginning of the season. Sophomore slump, would it happen? It doesn't seem like it has. What have you seen from him so far this season?
Again, young players, your expectations are always going to be that they have to grow, and you always want them to grow quicker. And I think what we've tried to do, and I think it's the safer way to go, is to temper expectations and allow a young player to feel not as much pressure from coaching staffs or management that he has to be that much better than he was the year before. Just continue to build on his career and look at what he accomplished last year, and if he was able to duplicate that this year, that would be an accomplishment. And that's the way I've always tried to deal with those first or those second-year players in those situations.
Is there something about his temperament that makes it maybe easier for him to do that?
Well, I think his temperament and the whole makeup of the player, but if you look at him, the one thing that is his strength is his skating. So the pace of the game and the way the game is being played allows him to feel comfortable because of his skating ability. And you'd be surprised, would you think that he's 215 pounds? You wouldn't look that. But he's a big, solid kid. He's not real tall in stature. He's not, I think he's just under 6 feet. But he moves effectively, and he's strong on the puck. And sure, there's lots of things that we'd like to see him, take the next step in. But I don't think we're going to put any pressure on him to do anything more than just play safe. Play his game. Join the rush when he has an opportunity to get pucks, skate the puck. That's his game, and if he continues to do that, and then we'll consider that as he's growing.
And I guess mental resolve when you think back to his draft year, blowing out an ACL and managing to come back from that.
Yeah, those are always tough things when a young player gets injured for an extended period of time and he misses a big part of the season. I think in that year he only played 17 games. So this is he's playing a lot of hockey at a high level quickly off a 17-game last year junior hockey.
He's got quite a few shots. Do you notice anything that he's doing to allow him to fire a few more shots on net this year than he did last season?
I think the comfort zone in that, I think it's always one of the things, and we've tried to use him in the power play as more of a mainstay versus a guy that we were adding.
You prefer David Clarkson with a mask full-time as opposed to the transitional period where it may come off eventually?
I think that's up to the player and the medical staff to make a decision, and if he feels comfortable with wearing that, I think it would be foolish for him not to be overcautious. Because those are the types of injuries that one little bump again can set him back. But we just like him to continue to play strong and be on the puck. It's a much different David Clarkson this year than what we had last year.
Do you think the visor makes a difference in how he's playing?
No, I don't think it does at all. I think the addition of more ice time for him has helped him. I think the second unit on the power play or the power play ice time has helped him. I think the combination of playing with Komarov and Santorelli has helped him. And I think he's been better.
I wonder just because he's unable to get involved in the extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe just focus more just on playing the game.
Yeah, I never really looked at it that way, but I guess if you add all of those things together, it might have some credibility, but I never really thought of it in that manner at all.
You mentioned how different he is. How much more comfortable did he look in the first 9 games this year than his first 9 games after that suspension last year?
Well, it's a total different player, and I think the one thing you have to credit the player is he went and spent a summer of building himself up to be a little thicker, he spent the time and effort, and what we said, it's a reset situation, and he felt that he needed that, and then the addition of the ice time and the fit with the line that he plays with and the minutes he's getting a chance to make more of a contribution, but he's earning it.
An update on David Booth, obviously skated today.
I didn't really realize that he was skating before, but he's been in here every morning, and there'll be no lack of work ethic or his commitment to get back early because he's here every day, and you guys have saw him, and I guess this is the first time that he stepped on the ice, but he's a long ways away.
Randy, did you experience a sophomore slump in your playing days, or do you remember what the biggest challenge was in your second year?
Oh, that's such a long time ago. To play in the NHL, it's not an easy transition from junior hockey. The players are bigger, stronger. I think as any young player, you experience the ups and downs, and I think the one thing that you just got to do is you got to stay focused and level-headed on what your expectations are. And for any young player, my advice would be just do what you do best and do it effectively and do it as close to 100% of the time as possible.